Fluent Flow podcast. New videos every day. Let's learn English together.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Hello.
Today, we're going to explore a truly interesting idea. It is an idea that might surprise you.
Yes, I think it might.
Many people, well, when they first begin to learn English, they often feel that English is difficult.
That's a very common feeling.
Perhaps you, listening right now, sometimes feel this way too. It can seem like a very big challenge, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. All those new sounds and words, it can feel like, well, a lot to take in.
But what if we told you that English is actually really very easy to learn? Yes, that is the main idea we are going to dive into today. We will look at what makes English naturally easy.
Right.
And maybe most importantly, we will share step by step how you can make learning English genuinely easy for you.
What's quite fascinating here is that we're going to challenge a very common belief. You know, many people think English is hard, but our mission today is really to uncover the truth. English is not inherently difficult. We want to reveal practical strategies, simple steps that can make your learning journey truly easy and, well, enjoyable.
And we understand that for many of you listening, English might still feel very new.
Yes, exactly. So we will speak very slowly and very clearly. We will pause between our sentences.
Yes.
We will break down any complex ideas into simple, easy to understand parts.
Okay.
Our goal is to be clear and supportive every step of the way. You can listen and practice along with us.
Yeah.
We really want you to understand every sound and every word.
That's right. So if you are practicing your English understanding, this deep dive is perfectly paced for you. We'll make sure you can follow along with every idea. Okay. Let's begin our exploration then. Our sources share a very interesting idea about English. They call it a friendly language.
A friendly language, interesting term.
A friendly language, right? When we hear the word friendly, we usually think about people who are nice or, easy to talk to.
Right, like a friendly person.
But what does it mean for a language to be friendly?
Well, a language being friendly in this context is less about social interaction and more about its own structure, its own design.
Okay.
Think of it like this. A friendly language has characteristics that reduce common difficulties, common problems for someone who is learning it. It's almost as if it's designed to be accessible. For example, it might have simpler rules or fewer exceptions to those rules. It makes the path to understanding much smoother. It takes away many of the complex things that can make other languages seem very difficult, especially for beginners.
Okay.
It's like a language that helps you instead of making things complicated.
So it's not friendly because it says hello to you.
No.
It's friendly because its parts, its grammar, its words are made in a way that is easy to understand and easy to use.
Precisely.
This brings up an interesting question. Why might a language evolve? Why might it change to become friendly in this way?
That's a great question. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, we can understand that English's global spread, it played a very important role.
Global spread.
Yeah.
Like how it's used everywhere.
Exactly. For many centuries, English has been a language used for trade, for science, for international communication.
Right.
When a language is used by many, many people from many different countries, it often naturally simplifies.
Simplifies. How so?
Well, imagine many people trying to speak together. If the language has very difficult grammar rules, it would be hard for them to communicate quickly.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So complex grammar rules might slowly disappear or become less common because people need to communicate effectively and quickly. There was a strong need for accessibility.
Accessibility meaning easy to use.
Yes. This means that English needed to be understood by many different people for many different purposes. It needed to be practical and easy to pick up. So its structure might have adapted over time to make it easier for non-native speakers to learn it and use. This constant interaction with people speaking other languages helped to make English more friendly, more adaptable for new learners around the world.
So its wide use by so many people actually helped to make it simpler for new people to learn it. That is a truly surprising thought.
It is, isn't it?
It's like the more people used it, the easier it became for everyone else.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at the first specific reason. Why English is considered a friendly language. According to our sources, it points out a very important detail. English does not have many verb forms.
Ah, yes. This is a tremendous advantage, really, for anyone learning English.
How so?
Well, in many other languages, verbs, these are words that describe actions, like to eat or to go.
Okay.
Change their form, their ending, depending on who is doing the action.
Right. I've seen that in other languages.
For example, in some languages, if you say, I eat, it would be one word. Then you eat would be a different word, and he eats would be another different word. You would need to memorize many, many different forms for just one verb. Imagine if there were, 10 or 20 different forms for to eat.
That sounds very difficult.
It can be, but in English, this is often not the case. The verb form often stays the same, regardless of the person speaking.
Stays the same.
Mostly, yes. This dramatically reduces the amount of memorization you need to do, especially at the beginning of your learning journey.
This is where it gets really interesting for you, the learner. Let me give you the exact examples from our source, and I will say them very slowly and very clearly. Listen carefully. And notice the word eat. Listen to how it sounds.
Okay.
I eat. You eat.
Yes.
We eat. They eat.
See.
Did you hear that? The word eat, it stayed the same. Every time. It sounds the same.
That's right.
Now, there is one small, very common exception for he, she, and it in the present where we add an S, like he eats.
Yes, that little S.
But even that is very regular and easy to remember.
Yeah. Absolutely. And this consistency. It is such a significant advantage for you, the learner. Imagine if you had to learn 4 or 5 or even more different words just for eat, depending on who is eating.
Yeah, that would be a lot more work.
A lot more. But with English, once you learn the main form of a verb like eat, you can use it with I, you, we, and they. And you just remember to add that S for he, she, it.
Okay.
This means you can start building simple sentences much more quickly because you don't need to spend so much time memorizing different verb conjugations for each pronoun.
Right.
It frees up your brain to focus on other important things, like learning new vocabulary or understanding how to put sentences together. It truly simplifies the beginning stages of speaking.
Yes, that's exactly right. Less complex grammar.
Right.
I mean, you can focus more on the actual words, the vocabulary, and on communicating your ideas right from the very beginning. You can start speaking much faster. It's truly amazing how simple it can be.
It really is quite helpful.
Now, let's move to the second reason. Why English is naturally easy. Our sources highlight that English is heard every day. It is everywhere.
This is a very powerful point. English is truly ubiquitous. It is everywhere around us.
Ubiquitous, meaning everywhere.
Exactly, everywhere. Our sources specifically mention 3 common places you encounter English: on the internet, in music, and in movies.
Okay, yeah. The internet, music, movies. That's true.
Think about it. Almost every day, you likely encounter English, even if you are not actively looking for it. The internet is full of English websites, English videos, English social media posts. Many popular songs around the world are sung in English.
That's very true.
And many of the most watched movies and TV shows are produced in English. You probably hear it more than you even realize.
So how does this constant natural exposure help you learn? You might not even realize it's happening, but your brain is working.
Well, this constant exposure aids the learning process in several ways. Firstly, there's subconscious learning.
Subconscious, like without thinking about it.
Precisely. Your brain, even when you're not actively studying, is picking up on patterns. It starts to recognize the sounds, the rhythm, the intonation of English. You might not understand every single word, but your ears become familiar with how English sounds, how it flows. This is like your brain learning the music of the language.
The music of the language, I like that.
Secondly, it helps with familiarization. The more you hear English, the less strange it sounds. It becomes more natural, more a part of your world.
Okay.
And thirdly, media, like movies or music, often provides context. You see the pictures, you feel the emotions in the music, and this context helps you guess or understand the meaning of words or phrases, even if you don't know them perfectly.
Right, you see what's happening.
Exactly. You are learning simply by being in the world.
This is a fantastic point for you, the listener. This means your learning environment is already all around you.
Yes.
You don't need to go to a special place or buy many books to start learning. English is in your daily life.
It really is.
This can make learning faster and more integrated into your everyday activities. Just by living your life, you're already helping your brain. Learn English. It's always there, waiting for you to notice it.
Waiting to be absorbed.
Now, for our third point about why English is easy, our sources point out that many English words are short.
Yes. This might seem like a small detail,
Yeah.
but it has a very big benefit.
Really, short words.
Absolutely. Short words are easier to memorize because they have fewer letters and fewer sounds.
Okay, that makes sense.
They are also quicker to pronounce. Think about it. A short word takes less effort, less time to say correctly. And often, these short words are the fundamental building blocks, the core pieces of more complex sentences. They are the simple words that you use every single day.
Like bricks for building.
Exactly like that. They are like the small, strong bricks you use to build a house. You need good bricks first.
Okay, let me give you some specific examples of these short words from our source. I will say each word very slowly and very clearly. I will pause after each one, and I want you, the listener, to repeat after me. Try to say it out loud. This will help your mouth learn the sounds. Are you ready?
Let's hear them.
Let's begin. Go. Pause for listener to repeat.
Go. Simple action.
Do. Pause for listener to repeat.
Do. Another key verb.
Eat. Pause for listener to repeat.
Eat. We talked about this one. See how short it is?
See. Pause for listener to repeat.
See. Using your eyes.
Come. Pause for listener to repeat.
Come. Like, come here. Very useful.
Very good. You're doing great. Keep practicing those sounds. It really helps.
It really does. And the value of mastering these foundational, simple words, well, it cannot be overstated. They're like the strong bricks of a house. You need good bricks to build a strong house.
Yep.
These short words allow you to start forming basic sentences very, very quickly. They are your gateway, your opening to early fluency, because they're used so often in everyday conversation.
So true.
Once you know these, you can immediately start communicating simple ideas. You gain confidence from these small victories and these small words.
Small words, big confidence. I like that.
Exactly.
So English is friendly. Its grammar is simpler than many languages.
Yeah.
It's heard everywhere. And many of its words are short. This is already making it sound much easier, isn't it?
I hope so. It paints a different picture, right?
It really does. We hope so for you listening. Now, we've talked about why English can be naturally easy, but knowing why is just the first step.
Understanding is good, but action is better.
Exactly. Here's where it gets even more interesting, because now we're going to talk about how you can make learning English super easy with practical, step-by-step strategies.
Yes. Actionable tips.
These are things you can start doing right away. Today.
This transition is very important. Understanding the inherent ease of English provides you with motivation, but taking actionable steps transforms that potential into real progress.
Right.
We're moving from theory to practical application. And these are not difficult steps. They're simple, but very powerful. You will see.
Our first practical tip is simple. Listen. Every day.
Listen every day. Yes, this tip is profoundly effective, even with a very short duration. Our source specifies even for 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes.
Really think about that. Just 5 minutes. That's the time it takes to, I don't know, boil water for tea, or to walk from your house to a nearby shop, or maybe wait for a bus.
Okay.
But consistent, targeted listening, even in these small bursts, has a remarkable effect on your brain.
Oh.
It allows your brain to gradually recognize patterns, to distinguish between different sounds, and to become familiar with common sentence structures. This constant input builds a strong foundation for both understanding what you hear and eventually for speaking yourself. Every single day, you are adding a little bit to your English knowledge, like saving small coins each day.
Little by little. And here's a crucial detail from our source and a direct connection to what you're doing right now. It says, listen to slow English, just like this podcast.
Exactly like this.
We are speaking slowly and clearly, pausing between sentences. This is exactly the kind of listening practice that helps your brain absorb the language. So by listening to us now, you're already doing exactly what the experts recommend.
That's right. You're practicing right now.
We will continue to pause between words, between sentences, to give your brain time to process each sound and each idea. This allows you to truly hear every single word.
And this consistent, gentle exposure to clearly spoken English leads to daily improvement. You will find that sounds that once seemed confusing, maybe they start to make sense. Words you heard but couldn't quite grasp begin to become clear, Your brain is a powerful learning machine, and consistent input, even in short bursts, trains it to understand and eventually to produce English words and sentences.
Like exercise for your brain's English muscle.
Exactly. It's like building a strong muscle
Right.
with small, consistent workouts. You don't need to lift very heavy things, just lift a little bit every day.
Okay. Exactly.
Right.
The implication here is very empowering for you, the listener.
Yeah.
You'll get better every day.
Yes, you will.
Even just 5 minutes. It'll make a big difference. Don't underestimate the power of consistent, small steps. It truly adds up.
It really does. Consistency is key.
Now for our second practical tip, repeat what you hear.
Repetition. This step is vital because learning a language isn't just about listening. It's about producing sounds yourself.
Producing, like speaking.
Yes, speaking. Our source says, say the words out loud. This is incredibly important.
Why out loud?
Well, when you say the words out loud, you are engaging your mouth, your tongue, your lips, your vocal cords. You are creating muscle memory.
Muscle memory for speaking.
Exactly. Your mouth literally learns how to make the English sound. It's not enough to just understand with your brain. You need your body, your mouth, to learn how to make the English sounds.
Right.
This practice helps you build confidence in your pronunciation. It makes the sounds feel more natural when you speak.
Let's try a specific example from our source. I will say a simple phrase very slowly and clearly. Then I will pause. And I want you, the listener, to repeat it out loud after me. Focus on saying each word with clear articulation. Remember to open your mouth and make the sounds.
Okay, let's hear the phrase.
I like English. Pause for listener to repeat.
Good again.
Let's do it again. I like English. Nice and clear.
Very good. Don't be afraid to say it out loud. The more you speak, the easier it becomes. Really. It's so true. This physical practice, it's crucial for developing natural pronunciation.
Right.
It's like learning to play a musical instrument. You know, you can listen to music all day,
Right.
but you won't learn to play until you pick up the instrument and start making the sounds yourself.
Good analogy.
The more you physically practice saying English words and phrases,
Yeah.
the more comfortable your mouth will become with the unique sounds and rhythms of English. This builds both muscle memory and confidence in your speaking ability. It moves the knowledge from your mind to your voice.
From your mind to your voice. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, our third tip is about integrating English into your daily life. The source says, use English in your life.
Use English in your life. Yes. This tip transforms learning from an abstract study into exactly. These are everyday activities that everyone does. You don't need a special English lesson to practice. You can use English during your normal routine.
Okay.
Imagine you are making breakfast. You can say to yourself, maybe quietly, maybe out loud, I am cooking eggs. This is simple, but very effective.
Okay. Let me give you some concrete examples from the source. Try saying these phrases to yourself or even out loud when you are doing these activities. I will say them slowly and you can try them later today. Ready?
Let's hear them.
I am cooking. Pause for listener to process.
Like when you're making dinner tonight,
I am walking. Pause for listener to process.
when you go outside.
When you go outside.
Pause for listener to process.
Simple description. Point to things.
So simple, right? And you can do this all day, every day. It makes English a natural part of your life.
Yes, and these little things, they really help a lot. They make English a natural, living part of your everyday routine.
Instead of thinking of learning English as something separate, something you do only in a classroom or with a book, you are making it a natural extension of your life.
Right.
This helps your brain connect English words to real-world objects and actions. It moves English from abstract study to practical application.
It makes it real.
Exactly. It transforms learning from a chore into a natural and ongoing process. It reinforces the language in a very organic way, making it feel less like memorization and more like just using the language.
This strategy makes learning less like a chore and more like a natural part of your day. You are always learning.
Yeah.
Even when you are just doing your daily tasks, it's fantastic how much difference these small actions can make.
Small actions, big results over time.
Now, for our fourth tip, this is a very popular one. Watch movies or videos with subtitles.
Oh, yes. Movies and videos. This is a powerful method for multisensory learning.
Multisensory, using different senses.
Exactly. Using your eyes and your ears together. Our source adds a crucial detail, though. Choose slow English videos.
Slow English videos. Why slow?
Well, especially for beginners, slow videos give your brain more time to process the information. Fast conversation can be overwhelming at first. Slow speech allows you to hear each word clearly.
Okay, good tip. So, watch slow videos with subtitles. How does that help?
When you watch a video with subtitles, you are engaging both your visual and auditory channels at the same time. You are reading the words and hearing the words.
Reading and hearing, okay.
This dual input reinforces comprehension. Your eyes see the word, your ears hear the word, and your brain makes a stronger connection between the sound and the meaning. It's a very effective way to learn vocabulary and sentence structure in context.
Context is important, right? Seeing how the word is used.
Very important. And the source outlines a very practical sequence for this kind of active learning. It says pause, repeat, practice.
Pause, repeat, practice. Okay, let's break that down into easy steps for our listener.
Yes. So first, you pause. When you hear a word or a phrase you don't understand, or maybe one you just want to practice, just stop the video.
Okay, hit pause.
Yes. Give yourself time to process it. Look at the word on the screen and try to understand its meaning from the context, from the picture.
Got it. Step 1, pause. What's next?
Second, repeat. Say the word or phrase out loud, just like we talked about earlier with repetition.
Okay, say it out loud.
This activates your speaking muscles. It helps you remember the sound and how to make it. And third, practice.
Practice how?
Try to use that new word or phrase in your own thoughts, or even in a simple sentence later. Maybe you saw the word flower in a video. You pause, repeat, flower.
Flower.
Then later you see a flower outside and you say to yourself, this is a flower, or that flower is red.
Connecting it to your life again.
Exactly. This sequence ensures that you are not just passively watching, but actively engaging with the language. Pausing allows for comprehension. Repetition builds your speaking skills, and practice solidifies the new knowledge in your memory. It's a continuous cycle of active learning.
I see. So it's not just watching, it's interacting. Pause, repeat, practice.
That's the key. Active watching.
This method transforms entertainment into an effective learning tool. You can enjoy your favorite stories or learn new things while actively improving your English. Doesn't even feel like studying.
It can feel like fun.
It feels like
fun. So remember, watch, pause, repeat, practice. You are learning and having fun at the same time.
A great combination.
Now, my friend, we have explored why English is easy and given you some concrete steps to make it even easier.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have. But now, I want to tell you what I think is perhaps the most important thing of all for learning. This is a very big secret for success. Are you ready?
Ooh, a secret.
I'm listening.
There's often a profound psychological component to effective learning that goes beyond just techniques, right?
Exactly.
This secret often taps into that deeper level of engagement and mindset. It's about how you feel while you are learning. This can make all the difference.
That's it, exactly. Here it is. Enjoy the process.
Enjoy it.
And then the source powerfully repeats it. Yes, enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. This is a very profound point.
Yeah.
The impact of your mindset on learning, it's immense.
Tell us more.
Well, when people approach learning English with anxiety or with fear of making mistakes, it creates a barrier. Stress actually inhibits. It stops your brain's ability to absorb new information.
Wow. Stress makes it harder to learn.
Significantly harder. But when you approach it with enjoyment, with curiosity, with a positive attitude, your brain is more open, more receptive. It's like the difference between trying to push a very heavy door and simply walking through an open one.
Okay.
Enjoyment makes the door open wide for learning.
I love that image. Enjoyment opens the door. And the source truly reinforces this idea of embracing imperfection and focusing on action. It gives us very clear directives. It says, don't worry about mistakes.
Ah, yes, the fear of mistakes.
Don't try to be perfect.
Don't try to be perfect. This is so important. Perfectionism is one of the biggest barriers, one of the biggest problems to learning any new skill, especially a language.
Why is that?
If you are constantly worried about saying something wrong or making a mistake, you will hesitate to speak. You will hold back.
Right. You'd be too scared to try.
Exactly. And holding back means you are not practicing. Releasing the fear of errors frees up your mental energy for actual learning and actual communication.
Okay.
Mistakes are not failures. They are opportunities to learn. They are proof that you are trying, that you are speaking. Every time you make a small mistake, you learn something new, you adjust.
So mistakes are actually Helpful.
In a way, yes. They guide you.
That's right. The source states the empowering simplicity very clearly. Just speak. Just listen. Just learn.
So simple, yet so powerful. These actions, even imperfect ones, are the true drivers of progress. Speaking, even with mistakes, activates your language production system. Listening, even if you don't understand every word, builds comprehension. Learning means you are open to new information. It's a continuous cycle.
Keep the cycle going.
Exactly. The more you do these actions, the more progress you make. It's about consistent effort, not flawless execution. Each little step, each little attempt is a win.
Every attempt is a win. I like that. The source highlights that English becomes easy when certain emotional states are present. It's not just about the rules, but about how you feel.
Yes. This connects directly to what we just discussed about mindset and enjoyment. A relaxed and positive emotional state significantly enhances cognitive function, how your brain works.
Oh.
When you are relaxed, your brain is not under stress. It is open to new input. It can absorb more.
Okay, relax.
When you smile, your body is actually releasing chemicals that make you feel good.
Yeah.
And this positive emotion is linked to better memory and learning.
Smiling helps you learn. Wow.
It can. And when you practice, you are reinforcing the positive learning loop. You are seeing progress, which makes you feel good, which makes you want to practice more.
It builds on itself.
It's a wonderful positive cycle. Relax, smile, practice, feel good, learn more, practice more.
So your emotional state is a powerful tool in your learning journey. Remember these specific triggers from the source. When you relax, when you smile, when you practice.
Yes.
Try to bring these feelings to your learning process. Find ways to make it enjoyable.
Find the fun in it.
And here's one final crucial piece of advice related to this mindset shift. You don't need many words.
Oh, this is a big one. It clarifies a common misunderstanding. Many learners feel overwhelmed by the sheer number of words in English. They think they need to memorize a huge dictionary.
Yeah, it seems like there are millions of words.
There are many words, but the nuance here is important. You just need to use the right words every day.
The right words. Which ones are those?
This refers to the principle of high-frequency vocabulary. A relatively small number of words are used very, very frequently in everyday conversations.
The common words.
Exactly. The words you hear and use most often. Think about your own native language. You probably use the same few hundred, maybe few thousand words most of the time.
That's true. So if you focus on learning these most common and most useful words first, you will be able to communicate practically. Very quickly.
Yeah.
You don't need to know words for every obscure thing. You need the words for daily life, for saying what you need to say and understanding others.
Exactly. This approach makes learning feel much more manageable and immediately rewarding.
Manageable is good.
Very good. Instead of trying to memorize a vast, unused lexicon, which is like a big book of words you don't use often, you concentrate on the words that give you the most bang for your buck, the most practical communication power.
Okay.
This prevents feeling overwhelmed and allows you to experience success much faster, which in turn reinforces your enjoyment and motivation to continue learning.
Right, that positive cycle again.
Exactly. It's about being effective, not just extensive. Focus on what is useful for you right now.
So, my friend, that's the big secret. Enjoy it. Relax. Smile. Practice. And focus on the right words. Not too many words. It makes a big difference.
A huge difference in how you feel and how you progress.
Now, before we finish our deep dive today, let's have a quick practice segment. This is for you, the listener, to speak out loud. We are going to practice 10 easy words today.
Good idea. Active practice.
Yes. I will say each word very slowly and very clearly. I will pause after each one. I want you to repeat after me. Say it out loud. Don't be shy. Remember, your mouth needs to learn the sounds too. Ready?
Ready.
Hello.
Yeah.
Pause for listener to repeat.
A simple greeting, used everywhere. Say it clearly. Hello. Nice and friendly.
Eat. Pause for listener to repeat.
A very common action verb. Remember, I eat, you eat, we eat, they eat. Always the same except for he eats. Feel the T sound at the end. Eat.
Drink. Pause for listener to repeat.
Another essential action verb. Very short, very useful. I drink water. Hear the T sound at the beginning. Drink.
Walk. Pause for listener to repeat.
Something we all do every day. Practice saying it as you walk. I am walking. Notice the L is silent. Walk.
Read. Pause for listener to repeat.
An important verb for learning, connecting to subtitles. I like to read. Feel the R sound. Read.
Work. Pause for listener to repeat.
A word you will use often in many contexts. I go to work. Make that R sound in the middle. Work.
Home. Pause for listener to repeat.
A foundational noun. Where you live. This is my home. Open your mouth for the O sound. Home.
Happy. Pause for listener to repeat.
A positive feeling. Try to feel happy when you say it. I am happy. 2 syllables. Happy. Easy. Pause for listener to repeat.
The very topic of our discussion today. Believe it, English is easy. 2 syllables again, easy.
Learn. Pause for listener to repeat.
The action you are doing right now, you are learning. I learn English. Similar sound like in work. Learn.
Good job. You are doing great. Every sound you make is a step forward. Keep practicing.
Fantastic effort.
Now, let's repeat a very important phrase. I will say it very slowly and deliberately. I want you to say it with me out loud. Ready? Take a deep breath.
A very important phrase. English is easy to learn thing. Pause for listener to repeat.
Yes. Feel the meaning.
Let's say it one more time. English is easy to learn. Pause for listener to repeat.
This positive affirmation is not just words. When you say something positive about your learning, it reinforces that belief in your mind. It actually helps build confidence and reduces anxiety.
Right.
It's a powerful tool for your brain to help you learn faster and more joyfully, telling yourself you can do it.
Thank you, dear listener, for joining us today. We truly appreciate you listening to this deep dive.
Yes, thank you for your time and attention.
Do you see now? Learning English is easy. It truly is. Or at least it can be easy.
It can be. It's about understanding the perceived difficulty and focusing on the natural strengths of the language itself, along with adopting effective and enjoyable learning habits. It's about your approach.
Exactly. You just need a few key ingredients for success. Remember them. You need...
What are they again?
Daily practice, even just 5 minutes.
Consistency.
Simple words. Those short, useful words first.
The building blocks.
A smile. Remember to enjoy it.
Yes. The positive mindset.
And this deep dive. We hope this helped.
We hope it provided some useful tools and encouragement.
Now, before we go, here are some powerful affirmations. I want you to say them with me. Out loud. Say it with me. Let's say them together. Ready?
Let's do it.
I can't. Learn. English. Pause for listener to repeat.
I believe it.
Pause for listener to repeat. Find the joy.
Pace fun. Cause for listener to repeat.
Make it fun. The psychological power of these affirmations cannot be overstated. They help to create a positive learning loop, shifting your self-perception from maybe I struggle to I succeed. This internal dialogue, what you tell yourself, is incredibly impactful on your journey.
So, my friend, as you go about your day, given all we've discussed about making English easy, what is just one small, simple English word or phrase will you use in your life today?
Just one thing. Just one. For no other reason than the pure joy of practicing and making it your very own. Perhaps you'll say hello to a neighbor, or I am happy to yourself when you smile, or maybe eat when you have lunch.
Or read when you look at a sign.
Exactly. Think about that. How will this one small action contribute to your daily practice and your exciting journey of learning English? We encourage you to try it. Just one word today.
One small step.
We hope this deep dive has been helpful and encouraging.
We really do. We hope you feel more confident and ready to learn.
We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic. Until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep smiling.
Goodbye, dear listener.
Goodbye for now. Happy learning.